It's not just you. We live in a world where pretty much anything can be turned into a slot machine. Now, I enjoy the occasional gamble in Vegas, but there's a reason why the saying goes, whatever happens in Vegas stays in Vegas. Because gambling addictions should not be in the palm of your hand. That's why on this episode of the Doodle Heads podcast, my friend Medz and I will review every form of gambling that has existed to determine who is ruining their life the most. And if you happen to be addicted yourself to something like sports betting, predictive markets, or gotcha games, comment down below what your experience with them is. Because I need to know that I'm not the only one wasting hundreds of dollars gambling for pretty in-game dresses. I swear I'm not addicted though, and I can quit anytime.
What even is the most addictive gambling device you could even have?
I think at the end of the day, it does depend on your personality. Like, each personality has their own addiction, and I think every person's specific form of gambling says a lot about who they are.
Then let's figure out what kind of people we are based off our gambling addictions in this episode of the Doodle Heads podcast.
I don't have any gambling addictions.
Yeah. We'll see about that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because Robyn, knowing you are the most addictive personality that I know. So there's no way you don't have at least three out of the 20,000 we have out there.
I might have got addicted to TikTok, but I'm beyond that.
Listen, we'll yap about who is actually more like what in their gambling addiction at the end of this, but we're gonna first go through each of these types of gamblings, which starts with what is this, lottery tickets?
Yeah, we gotta start with one of the core ones. We got lottery tickets. Honestly, I would also include like your local 50/50s or like those like different little like bucket ones. Pretty much anything that is sort of like a pool-based money that you sort of have to wait to hear the results of. I'm gonna say this right now. If you have an addiction to like traditional lotteries, you are over the age of 50. There's no way you have not had your 50th birthday and you are into these.
Yeah.
Because I don't know anyone our age, like in their 20s and 30s, who bothers with lottery tickets unless they live in Nowheresville, Kentucky.
Like I can really just imagine like the old 68-year-old man just sitting at the TV waiting for the numbers to be called by the Powerball. And he's just like, yes, I can't remember my number. Like that's the kind of guy I expect seeing do the lottery. Like there's nobody out there really going to go sit there and do the lottery that's like in our age group. Hell no.
Yeah, this died with the 2008 recession. The last time I remember lottery tickets was when my mother was dragging me after getting like a Taylor ham, egg, and cheese to the little like bodega next door. And like we like get the ticket from the lottery man and she's like, Robyn, you need to scan it. Scan it. We won't get the money if you don't scan it. And I'm like, I'm just trying, Mom. I'm not even allowed to do it.
You know what? I like to think this is my litmus test of how old you are. If you're like old, this is how we test. Okay. The best way to ask yourself is, would the Amish know what this is? You know? And I feel like the Amish would probably know what the lottery is. So the fact is, if you're buying the lottery, you are an old head who has literally nothing else going on in life. And if you are watching, we still love you because you know what? That means you're retired.
You're retired. You have reached unk status. Like, forget about all these other indicators of unk status. You have reached unk status.
You have no clue what unk status even is. I would be surprised. If you do, let us know in the comments.
Literally. Here's the next one is like marginally better. I think these people are at the very least over the age of 40. And these are people who do scratch-offs.
Oh, yeah. This is like, I feel like the smokers, you know, the smoker cougar women that just go out there, you know, it's like, you got any nickels?
Oh my gosh.
You got any nickels for me? I need to get the scratches.
So I go to my local legions, and for those who don't know what legions are or Elks clubs are, they are veteran-based clubs, and I have Army family, so I have memberships in them. And a lot of them have these machines that just print it out right for you, and they're like the Snap ones, and they'll just like have a bucket, and like you said, it's all these middle-aged smoking women with like Malibu babies in hand, and they're just snapping, dumping, snapping, dumping, snapping, dumping, snapping, dumping, and they are just going at it. They will have stacks the size of my face, and they'll like maybe win $5 out of all of them. And then like again, like I don't get people who are into these. I hate it when people give these as gifts. Have you ever gotten a scratch off as a gift?
As a gift? No, but I've gotten one in the mail once. I got as a gift. I would kill the person that gave me this as a gift. I would rather you just give me. I'd rather you just hand me $5, bro. Like, if you really wanted to give me a shit gift, just hand me $5. Like, I would actually be more than happy with that.
I don't think I'm dodging the redneck allegations after that, because I have gotten scratch offs as a gift. Like, I want to say like 2 or 3 times, and
what?
I know I got them for like my 21st or like 18th birthday. No, 18th birthday, because that's when you're allowed to start gambling. And I definitely feel like this is like a very strange, like hick redneck gift. Not that like I don't appreciate the thought, it's the thought that counts. But at that point, just give me the $5 to $10 it took me to get this. I have a coworker who religiously does scratch offs. These things can go for insane prices. At one point, he lost a $20 scratch off in our parking lot. And I'm like, I don't even know how he managed to do that.
I don't even know how they managed to get that expensive. Like, I feel like these scratch offs are always just never. I feel like they always are scams. I don't know. Is it just me? Like, they just feel like they are just scams. Like, I don't know. Even if I did win, like, who am I going to call? Like, who am I going to redeem this to? I feel sussed out with just trying to redeem this thing, even if I did win.
No. You just go to like your local like 7-Eleven and you say like, hey, could you scan this and help me redeem it? And they'll look at you annoyed because they have to take money out of their own cash register in order to pay it out.
Oh, shit. That's kind of fucked.
Yeah. That is how you get the money from it. Like, you go to these areas and you give them the scanned ticket. That's why, like, sort of circling back to the lottery ones, you got to be careful how you redeem it, because you have to like redeem those in person. And a lot of people end up like very scared about it because they never know if like other people will be watching them getting the winning number and then catch them in the parking lot and beat them up in order to get the ticket.
Okay, so here's what I'm imagining right now, right? So like the people that I'm imagining with these kind of form of gambling, these scratch offs, is like, you know, the mid 40s, you know, white woman, you know, cheetah print cougar vibes, you know, smoking cigarettes,
the faux fur jacket.
Yeah, you know, she's like walking around, she's like trying to get her scratchers, and like she's trying to redeem it, and I'm the guy at the 7-Eleven angrily saying, why did you redeem it? Why did you redeem it? I'm getting mad at that poor lady. I'm imagining that kind of scenario.
She wins $200 for it, and she's like, this is my lucky day, and you're sitting there like, why the fuck do I have to take $200 out of my register for your chain smoking ass?
I would go ham. I would just start screaming, why did you redeem it? And then screw them off. That's the kind of people that I would imagine being behind the counter buying those things.
And you know what? Those people who would do that would scream right back at you and probably throw in some not so fun slurs. Yeah, the people who use scratch offs, who buy scratch offs, they say slurs. I'm saying this right here,
I'll be ready for it. I'll be ready. I'll be I'll be ducking it. I'll be dodging over them. Don't worry. I'll be like those convenience store videos on TikTok where it's like someone goes in their convenience store and like the store owner's like, you're being a dick, and then they just like start fucking with their food. You ever see that sort of stuff? I don't know. Like, I that's the stuff I get in my For You page.
That is not the stuff I get in my For You page.
I get convenience store cameraman POV shots of him getting robbed. That's like shit I get on my For You page.
That is insane. That is insane.
Anyways, let's go to the next addiction.
I'm thinking for the next one.
Yep.
Horse betting. A classic.
Oh, yes.
Honestly, I only know about horse betting from Shark Tale.
I found out recently that horse betting is like such a rich man sport. It is crazy. It is like billionaire sport. It's like it's not like up there with F1. It's like the poor man billionaire. It's like it's the billionaire on a budget that's very passionate about horses that ever does anything involving horse racing. So that's the kind of person I expect to be in horse racing.
But
like,
you know
you're rich
what's
as fuck.
so funny? You want to know what's so funny? Almost every news story I read about, like, someone actually winning these, it's always like, random man who did horse betting for the first time won because he picked the funniest name. Like, that's how he won. Or, like, they just chose whichever one wasn't chosen, and then they end up multiplying their $2 by, like, 1,000,000%, and it just, like, they become, like, they go from lower middle class to upper middle class, and just, like, shoot through the glass ceiling. It's weird. Horse betting comes off like a poor man's gambling, but it's definitely a rich man's gambling. Like, I feel like the people who do horse betting are, like, super duper rich, but like to pretend that they're poor and down to earth. Like, when you would get kids at school that had very loving families that gave them, like, good dinners every night, and truly loving families that would let them get away with anything, and then they would come to school being like, yeah, I'm in a gang, I'm a part of the colors, I'm a part of the crew, what's up, my bro? And then they just say the N-word.
Okay, that was a lot of explaining to get to a very racist conclusion.
No, because I don't know, did you not have those kids at school?
Like the faux redneck kids?
No, not the faux redneck kids, the faux gangster kids. Like, yeah, I would also get faux redneck kids, but more so the faux gangster kids.
Kind of, yeah, I've had a few of those kids.
Damn, we did not grow up in different environments. Like, I had so many kids who were like, yeah, I have ties to the mafia. Like, those are the people who do horse betting. Are the people who feel like they need to lie that they're in gangs, that they're in the mafia.
So, Soprano energy. Anybody, like, in the Italian or, infiltrated crime.
I wish I could say it was Soprano energy, but, like, Italians don't lie about being in the mafia sometimes you get the stray Italian that does, and honestly, they're fake Italians. If an Italian is talking about mafia connections, they're a fake Italian and they're lying. Because when Italians have real mafia connections, they don't say shit. They don't talk to that family unless they have to.
Yeah, I would say that is a good assumption, though. Italian rich people vibes. I see it.
Yeah, I literally just said it wasn't. I'm saying people who are rich but like to act like they're poor.
Even that too. That is on top. Yes, I agree.
Yeah, those are the people who do horse betting.
Yeah, but there's no other kind of horses though.
Is a little bit of an extension of that. Uma Musume.
What? No, Robyn! Not this!
I had to include it. If I didn't include it, I was going to get comments on why I didn't include it. It is an entire game. For people who don't know what Uma Musume is, which I don't know how you dodged it, but for the people who haven't, Uma Musume is a gacha game surrounded and themed by horse racing. So all of these characters, I think all of these characters are even connected to, like, real horses. And they're, like, all these schoolgirl horses, and they do racing and shit like that. And, like, at bare minimum, it's a gacha game. All the research I did and all the people I asked, they said that there's no real, like, horse betting to it. But honestly, I think that's bullshit. I think that there is some underground Uma Musume gambling rings where people are wrongfully betting on the game.
I feel like if I could never play this game. I don't know. If I was ever caught playing this game, I should be eliminated. I should be eliminated from this planet. I should not be here if I was caught playing this game. I feel scared playing it. It just scares me.
There are two types of people who play this game. And they are either, like, the really, really old guys who were always into, like, horse racing on, like, TV, but, like, they either, like, didn't have enough money to do it often, or, like, they just enjoyed watching it. And they're, like, old guys who are like, yes, now I can get into the horse racing, and they're pretty women. Or it's people, like, our age, where they have, like, the gene for horse betting, and they're like, oh my gosh, pretty women who run, yeah.
Listen, I'm
And then
going to
they
just
get
be
into
upfront.
it for that.
Robyn, we already know what, it's going to be you included. It's one of the gooners, Robyn. It's one of the gooners that wants this horse girls. Okay, Robyn, there's no more else around it.
You know what? In my experience, the quiet types are the ones that are into Uma Musume. I know, like,
okay, that too, I can agree with.
4 or 5 people who play this game, and they are all the types of guys, because they've all been guys, that I've bullied. Like, I just bully them, and they just take it. Like, those are the people who are playing these horse racing games. The ones that probably want to be stepped on by women like me.
For your disclosure, viewer, if you're a fan of this game, there's no hate. We love you, okay?
I love people who love being stepped on and bullied. They're my favorite people.
See, okay, never mind. Then
if you are my little babies.
If you are interested, then yes, let Robyn step on you. If you're feeling that way, yeah, Robyn will be more than happy to step on you.
I'll do it for free. I'll do it as a one-time donation. But yeah, the people, there is like a hard line between the people who play this game, and they're either really, really old or really, really young. But I will say the connecting point is that they are probably borderline mute. They're probably borderline mute. They live in their dark little homes, and they just enjoy their precious little horse girls.
Yeah, what I'll say is that, like, this is the most diverse set of personas interested in this, genre of horses, I will say. A lot of different characters that are interested here.
I think it's mostly the two.
But there's a lot of subgenres here, There's a lot of variety.
You just want to say the gooners. You just want to say people jerk off to it because it's anime. Just because it has giant eyes and big bouncing boobs.
There is some people that would.
People are.
What if I was one of them? What if I was one?
Some people jerk off to cars. Some people jerk off to concrete. People jerk off to everything, Medz.
What if I was one of the gooners just wanting to ask for representation, fighting for my rights as gooner representation?
Well, you know what? Let me ask a question as we move on to the next one. Would you jerk off at a slot machine?
Yes, instantly. What? If I saw that I got a jackpot, nut everywhere.
You know the thing about jackpots?
Yes!
Because not jackpots, slot machines. A lot of the characters are unnecessarily sexy. I am not a slot machine girly myself, but my mother loves slot machines. And it's always weird, like, watching her do the slot machines, because I will be sitting there and I'll be, like, looking at the character that they have on screen, and it's either an animal or the sexiest woman imaginable.
I always imagine people at slot machines are, like, the 80-year-old, like, brain rot. It's like slot machines are like 80-year-old men brain rot.
No, I don't. I sometimes see men. It is definitely more of a women's gambling thing, and I see it is a middle-aged woman gambling choice. And the cheaper that it is, the older the woman is. So if they do like the penny slots, that woman's gotta be pushing like 80, maybe 70 at best. If they're doing the ones where you have to like throw in like a solid $1 or $2, they are probably like the middle-aged women who want the higher, like they're willing to do the higher risk, so on and so forth. If you're going to the ones that are $10 or $15, that's where you would like get the guys who have severe gambling addictions that are just casually throwing away their life.
See, that's the thing, the fact that slots is so addictive is just proof that it is the actual epitome of adult brain rot. It is the sin that will drain you of your essence. And that is why I think that anybody who is sitting on these slot machines, maybe when I said 80-year-old, maybe that wasn't the right age. Maybe your age is right. It's just that they just look so old because the soul has been drained from them by the slot machines.
Well, it's because a lot of them are also heavy drinkers, chain smokers, because this is the thing. And I don't know if any of you are all casino goers. I'm assuming you have, my bet is, Medz, you have never stepped into a casino before.
I have stepped into a few casinos. I've never played at casinos.
You've never played, so you don't know casino culture like I do.
Not nearly as much. The most I've ever done is blackjack on Discord.
Well, so a big thing about casino culture is if you are like sitting at a table, the waitresses will come up to you and they will give you drinks for either free or at a discounted price. Most of the time it's free and you're expected to tip, and that's the price. And so what a lot of these like women and sometimes men too, because they'll like sit around at the tables, they will just sit there and like have like the ladies bring them drinks over, and they just sit there and do the machines, and it's just like extra brain rot. Extra brain rot. And like they'll be getting drunk while doing it, so now they're sitting there even longer.
This is why I don't think there's a specific persona. This is like an entire demographic. This is taking over. So it's
I
like
think
this is
the
like
persona
yeah.
depends on the price of it. It depends on the price. The lower the price, the older and more likely they are to be a woman. Like I said, if it's like the $15, $20 ones, probably a young guy with a really bad addiction who like wants to do a lot of risk taking. If it is the penny slots, that is your grandmother, and she is on her 4th margarita.
I think that you know what, you got that all down. Then I say we go to the next one.
I know my casino people. Next is sort of the rest of what you see in the casino: roulette, blackjack, poker, craps, mahjong, baccarat, like
mahjong, such a crazy shout out.
No, but there is. I don't know about the casinos you've been to, but there in the casinos I've been at, there is almost always a separate section for all the Asian games. And I'm not much of a casino person. Most of my casino culture knowledge is A, because I'm from New Jersey, and B, because of my mother, and she's such a great influence in my life. But there is always a section of the casino for Asian-based games, and it is my goal to be able to play these games, to be able to play at a table with all the Asian elderly people and earn their respect.
That's what this is about. Respect in the gambling world. I mean, I don't know.
Dude, if an old Asian lady respected me, I could die and go to heaven. Straight up.
Honestly, that is a crazy persona to pull up. But in the other games like poker and like craps and all that stuff, if we're going to talk about what those kind of personas look like, it's like nowadays, I think a lot of people I know are like, you know, our generation just fucking getting into poker like crazy. I don't know what it is. I see so many guys talk about it. So I think it's definitely something that a lot of my guys my age are locked in on.
I think it really depends on the game, and it would have taken way too long if we separated all the games. If you are in the Asian game section, it is the old Asian couples going there for their little date night to gamble their children's futures away because their child pissed them off. If you're doing the dice games, you're probably like an older man who just like sort of doesn't care. Blackjack, I have had 2 experiences with blackjack. I don't see a lot of younger people like me playing blackjack. Not that I've never seen it, but when they do, I feel like it's always a group of guys. And they're able to fill up the whole table, and they're all best friends. That is who I see filling up the poker tables and the blackjack tables. I don't ever get to play at those because A, even if there's a seat, you guys scare me. You guys scare me a lot. So I stay away from the table with young men. My other experiences is they're all old, like, heavy accented men, or they are, like, typical, like, Jersey Shore, Long Island women with, again, thick accents.
Yeah, I, for one, have no other clue. I have no idea what casino culture even is. So I literally am trusting you and your judgment here. I am a complete dumbass. Yeah. Blackjack is the only card game that I know how to play.
I love blackjack. I'm like pretty decent at blackjack.
It's just luck or some like little form of deduction skills. That's all it is.
there's an element of luck, but what I like about these compared to slots, if I lose, for the most part, I only have myself to blame. Like, when I do slots, I don't trust those freaking computers worth a shit. I don't trust them. I do not trust them at all. When it comes to the cards, it's like, yeah, could you fudge them in some way? Yeah, probably. But at the end of the day, it is more likely to be randomized because it's all manual. Like, it's easier to prove when someone is rigging the game.
Yeah. And we hate when people cheat. You hate addictions when the odds aren't in your favor, right? Am I right? It's because like almost like it's like when there's no odds against you, you feel more confident to gamble, you know?
Well, this is the thing I don't get about casinos is like, even though I know about casino culture, I don't find it that fun for the most part. And what I don't like is I don't have a material possession to get back. Like, I think we could even, like, rope in the pseudo gambling games, like when you go to, like, Dave & Buster's or Chuck E. Cheese, because they're just kids' versions of these games.
It's just like, you get tickets.
At the very least, you get tickets so that you can get, like, a sticky hand after. What do you get out of the adult casinos? Nothing. I need a souvenir to take home. Casinos should give you a little souvenir to take home. Then I might be more into casinos.
Yeah, I just don't like casinos at all because it's the entire business against you, okay? The house always wins. It is not a bet that is really fair. It is always going to be stacked against you. So I say, fuck that. Don't do gambling unless you just want to go crazy. You know, if you want to do it for fun, you just set the budget aside.
Okay, let's not get preachy here.
Yeah,
we're talking
preachy.
about their
Let's go to the next one.
You're getting preachy. Stocks.
Yeah, put your money in stocks. That's a better financial investment, you doodlers.
Stocks is professional gambling. It is socially acceptable gambling.
No, it's an investment. It's a business investment.
You want to know what investments are? Gambling. They are just socially acceptable gambling. The only ones that I would consider not gambling are ones with a predictable return, like a security, a CD. If you get, like, one of those, like, those you know how much money you're going to get at the end. I would even, like, say no, because even, like, mutual funds, they have sort of, like, anything that has an up and down mechanic, I consider gambling. It is ultimately gambling because you are putting your money in the hopes that the value would increase, but there is the risk that the value could decrease, or you put your money in hoping you'll get the thing you want, but there's a risk of getting the thing you don't want. And stocks are exactly like that. It's exactly like that, where you're hoping for that change in value. It's the same as putting your money in blackjack. You're hoping it will go up, but it could go down.
I think we should agree to disagree because
What if we throw this in? Day trading.
Okay,
stocks.
Yeah, no, that's gambling. No, yeah, straight up day trading is gambling because you're stupid. You know how stupid day trading is? You're dumb. It doesn't work. It is legit worse than gambling. Yeah. You're actually better off going on the slots than going to do day trading.
I have never done day trading, but the people who I've known who've done day trading are the most chaotic people. Like, they were snake oil salespeople in a past life. Those are the people who do day trading.
Yeah, anybody who says they tell you how to day trade, they are liars. Okay, anybody selling you a course, they are liars. Okay, this is not coming from personal experience. I swear, I never took a day trading course and got angry about it. I swear. I'm
suspicious of anyone who gives a course about investments and they don't say that they have a degree in, like, finance, or they don't have certifications covering them in these areas.
Yeah.
I do not trust people giving financial advice like that.
Yeah, because I have a course.
You know what? Especially with stocks, the stock price goes up as more people purchase the stock. So they inevitably end up, even if they don't profit off the course, they end up profiting off of you buying the stock because you told them to buy it, which ends up increasing their return when they inevitably pull out. And day trading is that, but like on cocaine.
So the people that I expect doing day trading, oh yeah, this is like the mid-20s, late 30s, or mid-20s, late 30s, you know, kid, white guy, middle-aged guy doing coke lines.
Yeah.
Trying so hard to get their Maserati. You know, they really have been grinding for years.
They have an Instagram model girlfriend that they're
after
promising
having
a
two
private jet
marriages,
to.
having 2 marriages already. You know, like they're in Miami. They're living like they're GTA 6. You know, that's the kind of vibe we're thinking of. The people that are into this day trading.
Yeah.
They're the one thinking the metaverse is the next big deal. You know.
No, I would say the next one is the people who think the metaverse is the next big deal. Bitcoin.
Oh, God. Yes. Bitcoin. Okay. This is always the biggest one for me. I think crypto is like pretty much all mostly a scam. There's potential, but majority of it to me is a scam.
I think until there is solid legal regulations, it's 100% gambling, and I think for a lot of it's a scam. We hear about the people who do consistent and constant rug pulls, and like it functions similarly to stock, where like the more people who invest in it, the higher the value goes, and that's why these people advertise the coins that they buy, because they want more of their followers to buy the coins, and then eventually when it hits a peak, they pull.
I'm just gonna say it, like the people that come into my mind is just like, you know, MAGA Trump supporter kind of vibe. Like that's the kind of persona I think of immediately. That's the only person I can think of that's like, I love Trump coin.
You know what's so weird? I feel like if we were talking pre-COVID Bitcoin, and crypto investment versus post-COVID, I think post-COVID, yeah, it's definitely like very like they're wearing the red MAGA hat. But I think before then, a lot of it was like young people or like younger, like 40 or under, who were sort of experimenting with like a new form of investment. And like there's like the occasional savant that knows how to like manipulate the system and get their money's worth of it. I think it's definitely changed. I think in its infancy, it was like people who like are almost like they have like this hacker persona. Like they're not hacking, but like they have like this weird persona where like they're these quiet people who wear plain clothes, and they're like, oh yeah, like I invested like $1,000 into Dogecoin and pulled it out right before like Elon Musk tanked it, and yeah, now I have 4 houses and I'm about to buy a 5th one, and I don't need to rent them for money.
It's like a lamer L from Death Note. It's like the lamer L from Death Note vibe. It's like, but instead of like sugar, it's like he needs his monster energy to like, you know, get his energy back up.
Yes, he needs his white monster energy drink. Yes, those are the 2 personas. If you got into Bitcoin before COVID, you're like L but addicted to white monster energy. If it's after COVID, we know who you voted for.
Oh God, that's so, yeah, that's like honestly the perfect persona for that. That's so perfect.
And I think while we're talking about crypto, we have to talk about this. NFTs.
Don't even remind me of this.
Heard about NFTs in forever, and I sort of love that. Sometimes I hear about them when they're trying to enter a new industry like animation or video games, but I am sort of glad that NFTs have sort of been like shunned off of the internet for the most part, because they're so stupid. They're so stupid, and the people who have NFTs are stupid.
Yeah, anyone who had bought an NFT, I think, is the lowest common denominator of like herd mentality. Like they are the ones to be like, oh, follow cool new thing that's people are talking about. I must do it because other people are doing it. Like that's the only people I would see that are like into NFTs, because like I don't like, what do you mean buy an image? Okay, what am I gonna do with this? It's honestly like, if anything, maybe it might be a funny thing in the future, but like right now, NFTs are just a dead thing on arrival. Maybe too soon, but it's dead. It should stay dead.
to your point, where like these people are the people like who feel bad they missed out. I think all the people who invested in NFTs were the people who missed out on like the Bitcoin crypto boom. And they jumped on this because they're like, I learned my lesson. I need to jump on this now before I lose out on it.
Yeah.
I know right now, people who invest in NFTs have no sense of fashion. If your addiction is NFTs, you dress awful, and the only reason why you could possibly dress well is probably because you probably pay someone to dress you like for yourself. Because if you were left on your own, you would be full of mismatched colors, or you would be like one of those weird guys in high school who wear like all neon Nike gear and think that's a fit. Those are the people purchasing NFTs.
Yeah, honestly, that makes total sense. Because of course, the people that would believe in the metaverse, that these NFTs could be used in their virtual metaverse apartment, like those are the kind of people that are just banking on the future of their fashion being online because they don't know how to dress themselves.
I just think it's like weird. I think that there's so many better options to NFTs. Like we'll get to them later on, but there's like skins and gotchas and all that stuff. Like there's more ways that you can dress online besides stupid automated NFTs.
Look, all I remember is Ubisoft tried to make NFTs, and then as soon as they came, they disappeared because of how horribly it went as a financial decision. Yep. So that's why NFTs are completely fucking dead.
Absolutely.
Sorry for your gambling losses.
Now, I'm thinking we're getting a little more to the modern era. RainBet.
Oh God, I always hear about this. Like, I feel like this genuinely is like my generation's brain rot right now. Like my adult generation brain rot is fucking RainBet. Why is everyone addicted to this?
I think at the very least, what I see is like, even if people aren't addicted to it, there is also a subset of people who are addicted to watching videos of people raging out about RainBet. And it was truly like a surreal experience. I was like with a guy and we were like hanging out. I was chilling at his place, laying in his bed. And next thing I know, he's playing videos of people raging out to Plinko. And this is what the man and I are cuddling to. People raging out to Plinko. And I just like, it's so funny. It's so funny to me. And seeing the videos of people who rage out on RainBet, I think this is only a further emphasis of like some of the people we talked about earlier, where like, these are the guys who think that they're going to Dubai one day and they're going to have their Lamborghini, their Fiat, their Maserati. They're going to have 7 Instagram models.
Oh my God, no.
And they're all going to be on top of him as he goes to bed every single night. He's going to have that California king-size bed for all of his Instagram ladies who ask for no sense of loyalty in life. And they're like, oh my gosh, we love you, our king.
This is the exact person who watches Aiden Ross and Kai Cenat. Like this is the average viewer of the person that they watch. Like this is like this is straight up like the brain rot of like the younger generation now. Like this is like the I'm just realizing gambling is just brain rot. But like this is like
what is so funny
what everyone does
the
with reaction to streamers.
Amount of videos of people in pools doing RainBet. That is like such an oddly specific thing. So you know what? If you're addicted to RainBet, you probably have a pool.
Yeah, you gambled your life away to get a pool. You know what? Maybe that just means they're really lucky.
Yeah, maybe, or maybe they like faking the idea of being lucky.
All I know is RainBet. You are a child, probably, most likely, if you're into RainBet. Just saying it right now.
Oh, you are not over the age of 30 if you are addicted to RainBet.
30 is too high. If you're not over the age of 20.
No, I know some people in their early 20s.
Those addicts. 25.
That only gives 2 years. That only gives 2 years for them to be addicted.
25.
Okay, we'll settle there. Next, another online platform, FanDuel.
Oh,
I see ads for this all the time. And I could not hate sports less.
I know like every middle-aged dad is into this. Like a middle-aged dad and like middle-aged men. Like it's like middle America type men, you know, just traditional guys that are into this.
You want to know the people who are into FanDuel?
Enlighten me.
People who played sports in high school and couldn't play it after, and they like to relive the old days and feel involved in the game, so they gamble on sports to feel that connection. And I know I'm talking about some of your fathers, talking about some of your mothers, talking about your brothers, your sisters, probably even you out there. Get over it. I used to like playing soccer. I'm not gambling on soccer games. Get over yourself. You want to know what you should do instead of betting on FanDuel? Join an intramural league in your town and like make friends. Touch grass.
Man, just you wait until you hear about fantasy sports. That would be even crazier. Imagine betting on something that isn't real.
Maybe I'm ignorant. Is FanDuel and fantasy sports not the same thing?
No, FanDuel thing, I don't know if they have a fantasy thing, but it's like FanDuel is just like for actual games. If you want to bet, you can on real games. Like real games that are going on. So then
you know what? Let's talk about fantasy leagues in here because my sports stupidity, I assume that they're the same thing. There's so many different ways to gamble on sports. It's a little stupid.
That's what I'm saying. Gambling isn't everything. Gambling is literally in like our entire life, which is why, like, you know what? If you want to gamble right now on us because, you know, we're a small time group of little doodlers. And you know what?
Give us your money.
Well, you can't give us any money. Sorry about that. But you could subscribe.
I could just like drop my Zelle or my Venmo.
Oh, yeah. You just hit her number is, you know, if you want to give her a number.
My account number is.
don't bleep it. Don't bleep it. But yes, you can subscribe for us. That'll be very nice. We appreciate the sub, even a like, so the YouTube algorithm knows that you are liking this. And as you're saying, Robyn?
Yes. As I was saying, I think we touched on the FanDuel a little. I think we could move on to the next one, which I think has been a national sensation. Polymarket and like IRL betting. I don't even know what to call these. When people sort of bet on things that just exist.
Yes, this is the thing that's insane to me is that it's made by like this, like I think Bulgarian kid, like a 23-year-old Bulgarian kid who made this.
Damn.
And he's just like, you know, the next fucking billionaire all of a sudden because like, yeah, like this kid literally just made a marketplace where you just bet on what other people might predict might happen. So it's like, literally, somebody can be like, I think the Prince of Egypt is going to die on December 12th of 2025. And everybody's going to be like, oh shit, I think that might happen. We're pumping the stock, baby.
You know what? I can't even hate on that kid because coming up with this idea just in general is absolutely genius. Like, it is the online equivalent of, like, going up to your coworker being like, hey, I bet $10 that Jessica's gonna come in late again today. And then, like, you find out she walks in, she's late, and he's like, ha, pay up. Like, this is the equivalent of that. So I can't even hate on that kid. Frankly, I only really know about this from the South Park episode, but I think it's just so funny that people are just now betting on literally everything.
I literally think this is, to me, the one that would play with this fucking market would be like the new hire at a white collar job. Like he's like, it's the new guy who just fresh out of college.
Yes.
That's the kind of guy that'd be fucking around
his
the Poly market.
His tuxedo doesn't fit, like his suit doesn't fit just right.
Yeah, because it's his dad's hand-me-down.
A little off. Yes, exactly. Or got it from the thrift store for cheap. He doesn't believe in deodorant.
Like, and you're like, who are you? It's like, oh, I'm Chad. And then it's like, oh, hey, Chad, what do you do? It's like, oh, I just do stuff. That's the entire persona of the person who fucks around with Poly Market.
Yeah, absolutely. And they do it instead of doing their actual work. Like, you'll give Chad an assignment and be like, hey, could you, like, organize this Excel document? And he's like,
okay.
I guess. Yeah. And then, like, 5 minutes later, he's just on Poly Market.
It's like, did you start the assignment? Oh yeah, just like after I finish this, like balancing this like sheet, and then he just goes back to like fucking spam clicking bets and selling and bets and selling and bets. So like it's just fucking tweaking out. being a day trader at
betting
Poly
on whether
Market.
Sabrina will put out her nudes before December.
Jokes
in
on
order to
you.
save her career.
Well, did you also know that it was the reason why like dildos were being thrown at the WNBA's like fucking court a while ago?
Wait, what?
There was like this whole thing.
I knew about the dildos being thrown at the WNBA. I did not realize that it was because of Poly Market.
Yeah, because there was this everyone kept having this thing where someone would anticipate at every next women's basketball game there would be a dildo on the court because one person did it, so it became a chain loop because somebody would go in the game because they're a part of Poly Market wanting to get the bet in. And because they would throw...
And they manufacture it.
Yeah, so people would actually legit throw dildos just so it would say it would happen so they could win big money.
That is so funny to me.
That
is so funny to
that
me.
is like the fucking... Like, that's how crazy Poly Market is. The fact that now you can earn money for doing crazy shit like that is wild. What a world.
It is. It's both beautiful and terrifying at the same time.
It is the apocalyptic scenario that we were hoping would never happen, but now is.
Absolutely.
And
what the fuck is this one?
Oh, my favorite form of gambling. Oh, this is a great one. Okay, so basically, in India, right? When you see all these trains, like, there's a lot of people in India. There's a lot of people like in the area here. And when you're on the trains, right, it gets a little packed. But before all this, right, the issue was back then, it was hard to get Indians on the trains. When trains were on Indian soil, they were like, we do not like these trains. These are very dangerous. We're scared. So what they'll have to do is they try to incentivize people to get on trains because when they were trying to sell tickets, nobody wanted to buy them. But what they did was to get people to buy and get on the trains is that they turned it into gambling. So they made it a raffle system that you can get a random ticket. You would still pay for it, but you just get a raffle ticket. So there's a chance you get a random seat. So the fact that getting a random seat was engaging enough for Indians to buy train tickets so they could engage at trains in the world is the most impactful change a government has ever done because a government ran this. They ran this lottery system.
If I am understanding this correctly, people in India did not like trains and would not use trains until it turned into a form of gambling.
Yes, exactly.
Well, I guess we know who these people are. I think we've sort of established the demographic in the name.
Oh yeah, it's only white people that are interested in this sort of stuff, Only white people that are interested in train gambling.
Absolutely.
Don't worry, you can just go to the next one. I think we already made it very clear.
So the next one, I will sit here and say it's gambling. And it's people who resell stuff. And again, I'm sort of going back to my earlier definition where you are buying something at a lower price point, hoping that it will increase in value, but there is a potential for it to decrease in value. And I think Beanie Babies are the best example, where people would buy Beanie Babies for like, let's say it was like 10, 15 bucks. They would buy the Beanie Baby for 10, 15 bucks, try to sell it for 30 bucks, and eventually they're selling it at their garage sale for $2. Not even accounting people who might be selling it at 30 bucks. But when you take into account for inflation, they're practically selling it for the same amount that they bought it.
I mean, yeah, honestly, I'm not gonna lie. If you do this sort of thing, you're both, one, I'll respect the hustle, but two, man, you fucking suck because you're a scalper. Like, that sucks.
I don't respect this hustle. I do not respect this hustle at all.
In trying times, I get it.
I don't. I do not get it, because these are the people who are making these times even harder, because ultimately the economy in the most simplistic form is supply and demand. And if you are buying out the entire supply of something high on demand, you are going to make it more expensive for the people interested in the product. Screw you if you're one of these resellers. You are probably some like shithead kid or middle-aged woman who like just got let go from her job for whatever reason, thinking that they found the next gold rush.
Listen, all I'm gonna say is somebody who chooses to purchase a Labubu off of eBay most likely is the person that would end up on Financial Audit with Caleb Hammer. So that's all I'm going to say.
Like, yes. Like, I think above all, the demographic for these people are both buying and selling. They are the most despicable people imaginable. Well, let's like not even get into the other. Whoever you are despicable.
You both are.
Despicable
Both
person.
sides are
I
just
spit on
despicable,
you.
and they just all just. It's a circle of despicableness.
You know what these people need to be into instead? BDSM. The resellers need to become sadists and like dominatrix and doms, and the people who are buying the resold items need to become subs, they need to become masochists, and they need to keep this shit in the bedroom. Keep it in the bedroom, you freaks!
Coming from you, that is very impactful. That's why if she's saying it, guys, you have to fucking stop.
If I'm saying keeping it in the bedroom, there's a problem.
Keep your scamming
Next
kinks
one.
in the bedroom. Thank you.
Pokemon cards.
The other common scalped item.
Well, scalped, but I also feel like that there's a lot of cards, there's a lot of choices. So, like, yes, there's a scalping problem, but it's, like, not as much as the others. But ultimately, the value of these cards genuinely fluctuate. And I hear so many people saying that Pokemon cards are sort of like the new stocks.
What? That, you know what? I can see why. I can see why people would gravitate towards Pokemon cards in this day and age because of as an investment vehicle. But it's like, at the same time, I feel like it's the most ridiculous thing to call an investment because I don't know how often people are really selling and buying them. I just know more people thinking about buying the cheaper ones, but then the cheaper ones.
They do. There are a lot
least.
of people reselling and buying them because there's a whole side of the internet making content at it. There is a whole section of like conventions where they do this stuff. Sometimes they just do it at the malls and people have stands at the malls. Like these are like real level things. And I think that there's a level of casual people. I do not participate with Pokemon cards this way, but there are people like who do, like the one harp girl who's collecting all the butthole Bonsleys. Like there are some people who just want a particular card and want it in their collection. And then there's people who like try to collect the highest card and then you get them graded. So it's based on the quality. The one thing I will say about these people is at the very least, it is a tangible item that you can enjoy. I respect them just for that.
That is exactly why I think it's respectable. It's the nerd's gold. You know, that's how I view it.
Yeah. And the people who do this are either people like in their 30s who were like really, really into Pokemon, very passionate about Pokemon, and sort of just collect and do the reselling. Or they're 12-year-olds and this is their first gambling addiction ever.
Honestly, that 12-year-old one is so real because I remember my next door neighbor's kid has so much investment into Pokemon cards. It's crazy. Like he showed me his binder of it. He has like almost like $500 worth of Pokemon cards. And I'm like, God damn, this kid is like collecting for the investment for real.
So I still have all my Pokemon cards, but I don't collect them for the investment. But I'd be lying if I said, you know what? I might just consider going up to like someone who like evaluates Pokemon cards and see what I have like worthwise.
I've been burned by Pokemon cards as a kid. I have a ranty story. Okay, we're deep in the podcast now. I can talk about my ranty story. This
Pop legit, speak your truth.
This legit ruined my childhood of Pokemon cards. Okay, if this didn't happen, maybe my childhood would have been different, and my interest in Pokemon cards would have been different. Okay, so I remember that I really wanted Pokemon cards so badly as a kid. I was always like the last kid to get the things that was cool because I had to beg my parents for over the span of like weeks, sometimes months, but not like in an annoying way. I had a tactic to do it as a child. But anyways, I would nag and beg and hope and cry that I could get myself some Pokemon cards. And I finally did. I finally got some Pokemon cards. But it wasn't a lot of Pokemon cards. It was like a single sliver, like those silver packs, you know, the silver packs, those silver tiny ones. That was the only amount of cards I got. And I was all I had. And I was like, okay, I'll cherish these. Until over time, I got Birthday Buddy. I bought some more. But then there's one set that I wanted. I think it was a Giratina set that I really wanted. My parents saw this and I was like, okay, cool. They know that I want this. Christmas is coming up. I can't wait. They get me this set. And it is not the set that I wanted. but it was this jumbo pack of Pokemon cards. Crazy jumbo pack. And I was like, oh my gosh, there's so many Pokemon cards in here. Oh my gosh, this is so cool. So I was happy. I go to school one day and then I was showing these cards off to my friends and they said, wait, whoa. Those are all fake. And I was like, wait, what? And they're like, yeah, it's all fake. Those aren't real. And I said, oh, how do you know? And he like explained to me like, oh yeah, the back is like yellow. And I'm like, oh wait, it is yellow. And he's like, yeah, this peels easily. I'm like, oh no, this peels easily. Fuck. And I was burned ever since. I got fake Pokemon cards. I was so sad.
I don't blame you. Fake Pokemon cards are definitely a problem in the industry. And I think that only like adds to the gambling.
It's more of the fact that I was so ready to get Pokemon cards for my parents, but they got me the fake ones at the end of the day. And it made me cry.
They cheaped out on you.
They cheaped out.
Tisk, tisk, tisk. Cry about it. Just like a lot of nerds crying about this one.
Oh, the crash of CSGO market. That one was a doozy. Oh, I feel for anybody who was in that market. I left that one a long time ago.
You want to know what's so funny about when the CSGO market crash happened? What? At the same time, there was a bust on like an esports betting ring. Not related, but there was like a mafia bust at the same exact time.
Damn, I did not know about that. That's a double whammy if I've ever heard one.
Yeah, I was honestly praying that it was connected because that would have been the story of the century.
The great conspiracy. Well, no, it's just dumbass Valve making changes, which actually not dumbass Valve. It's just, I think it's smart Valve. We love Valve, just like that last episode. If you've watched it, which thank you for watching if you came from that episode. Haha, we appreciate your business.
All right.
And anyways, yes. Oh, for the CSGO one, yes, I was an avid CSGO gambler. I literally have old videos on my YouTube channel that are thankfully privated, but they are of me as a 15-year-old boy gambling away his birthday money. Just all there.
Damn. You want to know the demographic of people who gamble on this?
Yeah, tell me. No. It's not
people
me.
People like you.
Okay, well, not specifically me.
Who act like you, who live like you, who got burnt by Pokemon cards like you.
Are you saying people betting? Are you trying to say that every CS:GO gambler is a burned Pokemon player?
Less so that. But every CS:GO gambler that I do know is in our age group. I would almost say that they're our age specifically, because like the handful of people I've met, they all graduated high school the same time we did.
Anybody who is really into CSGO is like Western European, like Russian, like Polish, Russian. Like these are the kind of people that I see playing CSGO because those are the kind of hackers I see. Okay. So the ones that are really deeply into fucking CSGO and like use it as like a financial market for their investments. Oh yeah. 100% Western European. Like that's exactly the kind of vibe you're in that fucking demographic. Like suka blitz kind of vibe, you know?
Wow.
Cheeky breaky.
Cheeky breaky. What the fuck does that mean?
The classic meme. Wow. That's the clear indicator that those are the kind of people that do that kind of shit. Next one.
I don't know. I also think it's people our age, but whatever. Next one. Blind boxes.
Oh.
This is gambling. I don't care what other way you do it, because again, you are putting in your money, hoping to get the thing you want, but there is a chance that you don't get the thing you want. And I have to say, I do indulge every once in a while on like the cheaper ones, like the $5, $10 ones. But there are people who will get like $40 blind boxes, or like, again, sort of bringing it back to the resellers, there are people who will buy like resold Labubu ones for like hundreds of dollars. It's ridiculous.
This to me is like, I hate the fact that this exists because it's like, it exists because it's cute and it's abused for the fact that it's cute. Because people like will buy anything if it's cute. And the fact that it's gambleized
You want to know
is hurting my heart.
You want to know why blind boxes exist?
Why?
They exist to prevent like loss. for the companies. And I think Sanrio, who I have on here, is a really good example, where Sanrio has a lot of characters. They have Kuromi, they have My Melody, they have Cinnarol, they have Tuxedo Sam, they have Choco Cat, they have Pumpery, they have like all these different characters. And not everyone loves every single character, but they can't really guess which characters are more popular than less. So, like, let's say, like, for me, I like Tuxedo Sam. Maybe a lot of people don't like Tuxedo Sam. And let's say they make a huge inventory of Tuxedo Sam because they think a lot of people like it, and it's only me who buys some of the inventory. They end up losing out on that merchandise. Now, if you have a blind box, there's less of a likelihood to lose out on that merchandise, because at the end of the day, people are going to be buying Tuxedo Sams to try to get the Hello Kitty. And will they still all inevitably end up in a landfill? Maybe. But Sanrio doesn't care about that, because as long as they're not the ones putting it in the landfill and they're getting the money for the cost of the item, they don't care.
The people that buy this are the cute Sugoi anime girls. That's the kind of people that buy this sort of stuff.
These are the girls who are going to anime conventions. They
like going to Lunchbox. They like going to shop at Lunchbox.
They're the ones who have like little Wojak memes, or who look at like Fluttershy from My Little Pony, who are like, oh my gosh, she's so me. And it's like, there's also a difference between people who indulge in blind boxes and people who like aggressively do blind boxes. Like, there will be people who buy an entire stock of blind boxes just to get the one character they want. And those are the cute little Sugoi girls who have like the all pink rooms, who probably have an Instagram page for their rooms. And you know what? I even want to go as far as to say, if they are not unemployed, they are girls with STEM degrees.
You and clocking people and their degrees, Robyn.
No, I'm just saying, the STEM girlies are the cute Sanrio girlies. You want to know why? Because I look up to them. They are so adorable. Their lives seem so perfect. Do they have a gambling addiction? Probably. But you know what? They're adorable while doing it, and I would kill to like look as half as good as they do.
Okay. I respect that. That turned around real quick in a positive direction.
I clock them out of praise and admiration.
Okay, I respect it. You know what? I think that I could see that picture buying these things, and I think, yeah, those are the kind of people that buy these little blind boxes.
Yep. Next, we have gotcha games.
Technical difficulties. The gotcha's taking over. The gotcha's taking over.
Well, ultimately, the gotcha is going to be extended, because there's two types of gotchas, and I have Genshin Impact as the representative for the one. Because the first type of gotcha is, I guess, the more gender neutral one, and it is battle-based gotcha games, whether the gotcha is for like the skins or whether the gotcha is for like actual items in the game to like battle with, and there's a ton. I played one in particular called Unison League, and there's like popular ones like Genshin Impact, but any sort of like gotcha game like this, I sort of throw into the battle choice arena, where like it gives you stats, there's a purpose to it, you unlock scenes. So even like some dating sim ones would fall under this. They like help you unlock something in the game, and there's an unlocking capability in the game. There's like a genuine story.
This is how I feel about gotcha games, okay? Gotcha games is like locking yourself in a casino willingly. That's like, and then pretending that the world is okay.
I do think gotcha games are the new slot machines. So, like, I think in 20 years' time, the old ladies we were criticizing at the beginning of the video, like people like my mom who are doing slot machines, they're gonna be the gotcha girlies. They're gonna be the ones going to the bar, playing Genshin Impact with their friends, being like, Margarine, oh my gosh, did you see? I got the new Isekai boy. Isn't he so cute?
We're just comparing it in that context.
I got the new Razor skin. Look at him.
Imagine you and your mom bonding over that.
You know what? I think my mom would look at it and be like, this is ridiculous, as she turns around to her slot machines. The one thing that I will say about the slot machines compared to this is that, like, even though, like, you technically don't own it, there is at least a sense of ownership because it's tied to your account. There's no sense of ownership with the slot machines. But I guess the one area where the slot machines win is at least you get the potential of getting money back compared to the gacha games where, for the most part, once your money's in the game, it's permanently there and you're never getting a return on it.
That's like, I would never really want to ever play a gacha game. And if a gacha game sponsors us, you know, that's the day we fall.
I think fondly upon gacha games, though. Mostly for, like, the second one. The dress-up gacha games.
Never mind. We'll take the sponsor. Never mind. We'll change our minds. I'll take the sponsors.
Like, they're bad. They're bad. Don't get into gacha game, guys. But I have been into gacha games since I was a young girl. I forget. Have I ever told my full stalker story on the podcast?
I don't think you have.
I don't think so. I think he's just a reference in passing. But at one point in my life, when I was 14, I had a stalker. And it was on one of these dress-up gacha games. So I think I've accidentally become trauma bonded to gacha games, sort of seeking that thrill again. And I may or may not have 3 downloaded right now.
Oh my God, you don't understand, okay? Just earlier today, I remember her showing her screen, and I was like, she was showing her screen, moving things around, and I saw like this like anime game on her screen for like a couple seconds, and I said, "Wait, Robyn, what is that?" And she's like, "Oh, you mean my game, my gacha game that I could download on my computer now because I found that I could download on my computer? Yeah, I'm playing that right now."
You mean this one?
Yes! God damn it! Robyn!
This one is called Playville. I love it. This is made by people who've made like several like MMO RPGs and like dress up games. This one's really fun. Honestly, the one criticism I have is that it's really hard to get items in the game, but I think that's where they get you. Because I don't really have a lot that I could use to... Gotcha! There's not a lot that I had like mine dressed up as like a carrot girl for a while because I had like all these carrot themed items. I also keep getting the male items, which is very, very annoying. But I love them. And like, look at the cute items. Like, it's so adorable. And the prices are like pretty cool. Like, look at that outfit. I'd wear that outfit on the daily.
This is why I know that everybody can spend their money how they want to. Just that's what I gotta remember.
I think. Let me just get it out of my system real quick.
No, we're recording a podcast.
No, it's okay.
Robyn, this is exactly why you need to.
No, here,
Robyn.
I got a 10 set one. Usually, honestly, when I do on the computer, I do better. I'm wondering if me doing it on the podcast would do better.
Oh my God! You know what? I think this means this is
look at that hair.
I think this is the sign we should close off this episode of the Doodle Heads podcast.
Oh, look at this! So, some variety.
If you want to go click on the screen right now to actually get us to the next episode, which is whatever episode is on screen right now, go click on it and watch it.
No, come on.
Watch it.
I still got one more. Come on,
watch the screen before she gets something. Oh, just do it.